Vicky, isn't that the point, really? You know, we talk about the cost of living, but taxes are one of, if not the biggest cost of living burden for ordinary people in this country. Would it not make sense to cut taxes now, go for growth, and that will sort out the economy?
I think the worry that the government has, just as Gerald was describing, is that if you do that and you just try and stimulate the economy right now, then you might end up with a lot more inflation. And that's a problem which affects a lot of people at the lower end of the pay scale. So we mustn't forget inflation is not good news for them. And what is happening, of course, right now is that the costs that they have to face are considerably greater for those in the lower pay scale because they spend more of their incomes or whatever they may have in terms of benefits that they receive on essentials. And those essentials are food and energy. About those things, monetary policy cannot do a lot. Raising interest rates isn't going to make much difference to that. It's going to take quite some time for it to have a real impact on inflation. So you could argue that we have a slightly misbalanced set of policies, one sort of monetary policy which is tightening and one fiscal policy which, strangely enough, has indeed been tightening, except for the giveaways that we've seen in the last couple of months, where there's been an extra 37 billion given to people, particularly a redirection of money to the lower paid, but also cut in fuel duty. So, yes, indeed, taxes matter. But the more important thing right now for everybody is just the costs that they are facing. Reducing possibly income tax by 1 basis point isn't really going to make a huge difference in that. What might make a difference is if you reduce taxes in a different way, such as possibly VAT. Reducing VAT across the board, the way that we did at the time of the financial crisis, will indeed bring prices down, readjusting some of the way in which we pay for electricity at home to reduce some of the burden there. Look at particular sectors of the economy, as we had done before. For example, we had in hospitality a reduction in VAT, which was temporary. So there are all sorts of areas where you can intervene and reduce the cost, the immediate cost to consumers. Doing something on the tax front isn't going to make much difference, in my view, in the short term.